We got your boss. Big shit.
Mhm.
I'm gotta point the other way because his webcam's the other way. But we got your boss, aka the shitter, aka he's just basically a freaking lemon in freaking league play. But anyways,
AKA too shitty to even debate.
we're gonna be talking about the modern warfare alpha and beta, combining them both. Um, First topic: how'd you like the alpha and how'd you like the beta?
Alpha was fantastic. I don't think the alpha could have been much better. I thought that was the ultimate bit of marketing for the game. I thought that when they did that, whenever they do this streaming stuff with like celebrities and have them try out the game, it always feels like dumb. I don't know. Because when I saw that, when I was watching Courage and TV play, I'm like, it's like all right, not great. And when I played it, I was like, oh, I see why this is the shit. The guns were awesome. The map I thought was set up perfectly for 2v2. I thought that was exceptional. I don't know what you think of it.
The alpha, I honestly like the alpha a lot. It would honestly to me it just came down to the maps. Like playing the 2v2, the maps were really nice. And like
Yeah,
what you said with the streaming, it was really nice seeing like TP and Courage and all the like the big time streamers playing it because like you could get a feel for it before we could even play it.
yeah, and I'm psycho with that. I mean, I'm all about competitive because I love watching Call of Duty. I love League play. So like for me, I was like, if it's not competitive, I don't give a shit about watching it. But that's me being weird. So you're probably right. But I don't think, and it's one of those things too when we're talking about like marketing. I don't think that could have been much better. I think they did great with that. I thought they did great with the alpha. But we're not here to praise the alpha, are we, McNowski?
Oh god.
That wouldn't make for a good podcast just talking about the alpha.
Yeah, let's get to the beta now, bro. What are your
Hell
thoughts?
yeah, baby. So what I liked about the alpha maps was that they weren't 3 lane, and they were ones where you had to pay attention because there were a lot of nooks and crannies, which was fine for like a 2v2. It didn't add randomness, but it added a lot of tacticalness to it. But I feel like all the nooks and crannies of 2v2, they just took that shit and multiplied it size-wise by 20 and had the same amount of complexity. And they're like, all right, here's a 6v6. And it's like, that's horrible to do. Like, it felt... So my first real COD game was World War II, and I have a lot of memories of running out into the dead center of the map and being like, why am I being shot from 4 different angles? And after a while, I realized I'm stupid and learned how to play. But honestly, like 90% of these maps feels like running out to the center of a World War II map. It's like it's not. There's so much shit to deal with that, and I can't tell what maps are meant to. I can tell what maps are meant to be 6v6. There's some that specifically are, or like for competitive, but a lot of them I can't tell. Like the fucking cave map is, I don't even know how that would work
That map's
competitive.
awful.
Like, and the thing is, too, we don't know what the comp game modes, except we know that hardpoint isn't going to be in there, which is what a fucking great move. Great, no one likes hardpoint,
Yeah,
right? Get rid of hardpoint.
I can't believe they
And
did
so
that.
we can't even judge these maps because we're judging spawns for game modes that might not even be in the game. So it's like, that shit was that. My biggest gripe is the maps. And
Yeah.
there were some, yeah. And the one thing, too, is with some of the smaller ones, like I like Gun Runner, and there was another one that was I forget. Yeah, there were two. Oh yeah, Gun Runner and the other small one, where it was like I could see how I couldn't tell if the map was actually horrible or if you had to be absurdly tactical with the 5v5 to properly move around the map, and that's not a thought I should be having in a pub setting.
Well, even in
You
the
know,
pubs, like they had it where it was more than 6v6. We had like what, like 8v8s and 12v12s or whatever when we were playing
I
them on
thought
those maps.
what bothers me is that I thought that when you did 10v10 on big maps, that felt bad. 20v20, I'm like, oh, this is actually really cool because there could be people all around the corner. But I thought to myself, why is my favorite map design for fucking 20v20 and it's Call of Duty? Like, I understand
Yeah.
expanding, but it's like, if you got to market, like, make that better than your, like, experimental shit.
Yeah, I
You
just
know?
didn't get the whole point in having like the bigger
Yeah.
like sizes of teams on each map. Like I get what they were trying to do because I mean a lot of the maps you need more players on it because you're not going to see anyone if you didn't have more players. But
yeah, 100%.
But like if you're gonna bring in
100%.
if you're gonna bring in war, what's the point in increasing pub size?
I don't know, man.
Like I don't think there's a point in that.
I understand what they're doing, but you just charged, what is it, 8 teams, 25 million a pop, right, for a league?
For a league spot, yeah.
And we don't even know what those, like, I don't know, man. It feels so half-assed.
There might be one map from the beta that might stand a chance, or maybe 2, depending on what game modes they run. But
that's the thing.
What was it? The one like I don't even remember the name of it, but it was like the smallest one or whatever. Like,
because I know because Gunrunner had, or I think it was Gunrunner had like the trains on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that one maybe. Then there was the other small one that.
It was like kind of like Docks in a way or whatever. It felt like playing London Docks from World War II, low key.
On it. Well, the thing is with World War II, and I was thinking about this, is it was basically 3 lanes, 9 parts of the map, except they had a little bit of variance in cover. And the bottom part of London Docks that that was a little goofy, I guess, but it still maintained the structure while having unique pieces of cover. But they just, oh my god, there's too much shit. There's too much shit everywhere.
There's too much going on in the map.
Not okay.
People are just sitting in windows or sitting in corners. You got to check like literally everything. There's a lot more to worry about on the maps.
And like I said, one thing too with pubs is like, and obviously these are pubs not competitive, but I'm calling league pubs because league is basically pubs with a different rule set. For Black Ops 4, it's not impossible. It's not that hard to figure out, oh, I should be here. Oh, I should rotate there. Oh, I should be here to help my team. And a lot of stupid people don't do that stuff, but it's not hard to identify what you should be doing, even if your teammates aren't, with just a basic understanding of things. But, like, I got no semblance of that, even when the radar showed me where people were at. It's like, I don't know how to position.
Yeah.
I don't know how any of that works. And there's got, I don't know, something's got to change with that, because I played domination at headquarters and it was
yeah
okay.
I still feel like even with the maps that were shown in the beta that they should create like a whole different like map set for the competitive side of stuff, and then leave those other maps for just like pub players, or even like just create a separate playlist where it's literally just 6v6 with smaller maps, and have a bigger playlist for like war and all that other crap.
Oh yeah, and I was thinking about this. I realized that I think the biggest problem with the maps is that it doesn't feel like there's corners to the map. So like, for example, Black Ops 2 Standoff, great map. There are clearly defined corners that you can spawn in, that you can hang out in, and I'm not going to get shot from at least 2 different directions. And that had plenty of jagged cover, plenty of different ways to maneuver things. But it's like you can have realistic things and have maps flow well. There's been plenty of them. I don't understand why it feels like that map design has gone second to creating a realistic environment. That's what it feels like. I don't know if that's what it is, but that's what it feels like, and it feels bad.
Yeah, it like I'm gonna say this like a lot, bro. It literally reminds me of Battlefield.
It does, man. But the difference is you can't grab a bazooka and explode people out of a spot. Right, you're just fucked because the maps don't. So it's like Battlefield, but worse. And the thing is too, I heard that the ground war giant thing people had a blast with, it wasn't my cup of tea, so I don't want to shit on that too much. But like once again, I'm just thinking like from a person who enjoys League or any semblance of competitive, it didn't feel like that at all.
No, the maps were horrible. Like the only thing I really liked and felt somewhat competitive was like the gunfight, like playing gunfight with the small maps, 2v2s, like. In those maps, like where people will be at, and they don't really have a lot of spots to like pick you off from, like random spots, like second story to buildings and other things.
And different cover was okay for that because it was such a small environment. But having cover like that with that same density in a 6v6 huge map just is not okay. That just doesn't work.
Yeah, I still think they need to just make smaller maps for 6v6, and then leave all that other like. Honestly, some of those maps in there felt like they could be war maps, just not with like any
Yeah.
tanks or helicopters or anything, but like
Mhm.
it's literally like you're playing Battlefield out
I-
there. And it's super annoying.
They need to close half the doors and the game would be fine. Honestly. Just
Yeah,
that, like, but it needs to be that much though, half. Like that's how much extra bullshit they have that's not. And I'm not just talking about doors, like in the middle of Gun Runner, you know, being able to hop up on some shit, go straight through the map, and look. You can just look at too much. It felt.
They need to
felt
like limit the lanes. Literally,
it was
just
6
bring
lanes.
it back
It felt
down
like
to
6
like
lanes.
yeah, like there should be no more than like 4, honestly, maybe 5 depending on the maps. But like it was
Yeah,
like I'd even say there's more than 6. There's like 8 or 9 of them because you can get
Mhm.
shot from many different angles. It's crazy.
Yes, and you don't 3 lanes doesn't need to feel like 3 lanes if you use appropriate cover.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, you know. And like I know that a lot of people liked World War II, but they did have some jagged cover, and if they just made the maps a little bit bigger than that, had the same use of cover, you know, I think that map style would work pretty well in this kind of a game. That's what I think.
I still think regardless they should have a mini map in freaking pubs too, like a legit mini map.
Well, that is item number. Wait, 3. Hey, good segue. I was like, hold the phone, kids. Yeah, mini map. I don't even need to talk about it. It needs to be back. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah,
if
like
it's going to be competitive, why wouldn't competitive is supposed to have less than pubs? Why are we doing the opposite? That's just dumb.
Like why are we like making like normal pubs hardcore? Like why can't we just stick with normal game mode and then hardcore? Like
it's like because the thing is with the 20v20, the 10v10, it's like obviously you're making a game mode for everybody, and you've already make a different game mode. It's called you don't even make it. It's called hardcore and leave the core. You can play core for a reason.
Literally.
Fuck.
Even hardcore,
Like,
you don't even have to
Christ.
decrease the health. You can literally just take the mini map off. You're gonna get melted regardless. Time to kill is like no different.
And what's so fucking dumb about this too is literally everyone wants to go back to basically not cracked, or at least have a game that's not cracked. And World War II wasn't that cracked. That was also weird. That was a weird game for everybody. It's like you don't need to innovate. Everyone just wants basically Black Ops 2. You know what I mean?
Well, literally.
If we've wanted it for a while, like you could reskin the fucking thing. And people would go, I like the map not standoff. That's just standoff, but goofy in Afghanistan. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
Jesus,
like,
guys.
just
it's not hard.
Like
we don't care. No one's gonna complain if you reskin good maps. Like, fuck, man.
Well, the thing is,
it's
too,
not
like,
even.
A lot of people want it to go back to the way it used to be, like back in Black Ops 2. Like, first off, why are you getting rid of Hardpoint if that's the case? Like, that's literally that's where Hardpoint started. Like, hello.
The reason Call of Duty, and correct me if I'm wrong on this, given I'm new, but the Call of Duty started to become shit when they committed to basically 3 or 4 years of innovation with jetpacks. That's when they started to lose people. That's when it started with Advanced Warfare, because Advanced Warfare had a shit ton of glitches that made those pubs a lot less fun. So they committed to that innovation for years, and then it peaked with Infinite Warfare, where I think they lost the most players, had one of the most disliked launch videos on YouTube, and now they're trying to innovate again. Like, fuck, like.
Well, even during the jetpack era, like it was popular during Advanced Warfare and Black Ops 3. IW is where it started to take a hit, like fan-wise.
So, real quick.
And then you follow IW up with World War II and Black Ops 4. I mean, Black Ops 4 wasn't completely awful, but like...
No, well, it was. Here's the thing, though.
Like,
Black Ops 3 was basically a masterpiece of jetpack. Like, those pubs were so much fun. That game, given it had some glitches, but it could not have been much better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Treyarch, that was Treyarch's good work. Black Ops 4, I mean, if you look at the development, that development got fucked, I think, from corporate people. I don't think you look at it, it wasn't, Treyarch's studio fucking up. That was a masterpiece that was when Treyarch was at its best. I don't even know if you can say that jetpacks were popular then, because I don't think Black Ops 3 could have done it better at all.
No, I think that's where in the whole jetpack era, I think that's where it started popping off because like that's when you get like kids like Celium, Priesta, just like
Yeah,
all
that's
those
true.
S&D kids at the time, like TJ and
Mhm.
at the time it'd be like Teddy Rex and
Yeah.
Major Maniac, Pander, like all of them, bro. That's where they all came like. That's when we started
Pac-Man.
noticing them. Oh my God, Pac-Man getting killed by Karma. Let's talk about that. But
No, yo, let's talk about the Argus. Why are you using the Argus, Pac-Man?
yeah, and comp. Hello. All right,
Yeah,
moving
let's
on
pull
from
out a
that.
Spitfire while we're at it.
So
Dude.
we've talked about
Yeah, sorry.
the game in general.
Yeah. Mhm.
We've talked a decent amount about the maps already. A little bit about the mini
Yeah.
maps. Like mini maps got to be in my opinion. That's really all I have to say
I
about it.
agree. The community has spoken. In my opinion, stop innovating. Do what people like, because that Call of Duty needs to reset. And it kind of reset with World War II just because it wasn't jetpacks, but it needs to have a full reset. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think they just need to go straight back. Like, yes, change up the guns, whatever. Make the maps like even a map like Raid. It was in a way
Yeah.
a three-way map,
Yeah.
but you could get if you went down mid. Like, there's what 2 cutoffs you get. It's kind of like Hacienda in a way, just smaller. Like those maps
Dude,
like
Raid
work.
is
Like, why are we making
Raid
these
is a
complex
perfect
ones?
example of 3 lanes plus obstacles, so it doesn't feel like 3 lane.
Yeah,
But
and even standoff, you
obstacles
could
are
go up to the top of the
objects
building and get
yeah.
out. Like, I
Standoff
don't get
doesn't
it.
even feel like 3 lanes, but it is because it's masterfully designed.
Yeah, I don't get
You
it.
know what I mean? Like oh my gosh.
Even
Yeah.
slums,
Oh my god.
like slums on that game too. There's so like there's a bunch of angles, but they were
Slums is
simple angles. They were easy to
great.
pick up. Like,
Yeah, well, then that's the thing too. Is like Slums is an extremely tactical map, but because of how well designed it is it's easy to figure out what you should and shouldn't be picking up, despite the additional complexity that different things add.
yeah.
Right? Oh boy. No, yeah, shit, man. Fuck, yeah, sorry, that gets me. I got all hot and bothered. I didn't even realize how upset I was at what they were trying to innovate with Modern Warfare. Like, man. That just hit me. That hit me hard. All right, so we're on to guns.
Moving on. Yeah, so we also did talk a little bit about comp and pubs, so I mean, that's basically covered. So let's just talk about all the rest, like gunsmith, score streaks, guns that need to be buffed, all that. My opinion,
all right, what was your...
ARs have way too much kick. Yes, they deal a lot of damage, but kick-wise, they have a lot. I know it's like completely different from like the ICR and BL4, but when the subs in the beta are more accurate than your ARs at long distance, something's not right.
Because how many hours did you put it in again?
Maybe like 5 or 6, 7 maybe.
Yeah, no, and the thing, by the way, this isn't a knock on like saying, oh, you didn't put in the hours. Like, you've been playing Call of Duty a long time, so if you're like, this beta sucks, I hate it, it's probably the game and not you. But I will say that to judge the guns, I didn't feel like I couldn't create a class with an AR that excelled at whatever range I wanted it to. I thought the gunsmith damn near gave every gun the ability to become another gun the equivalent to another gun in the game. I was able to make the gun that I thought was like perfect for whatever gunfights I want to be taking ranges, or whatever range of gunfight I want to be taking with it. For me, the gunsmith couldn't have been better. I loved it. When I unlocked everything, if you haven't unlocked everything, it's like forget about it.
Yeah, the gunsmith's nice and all. Like,
yeah.
I still feel like they should have just kept it with like a standard custom class, but like the same logic behind how it works in the gunsmith, because sometimes navigating the gunsmith can get confusing depending on the gun. But
well,
I still think with the ARs, like I felt like they fired too fast too. Like as an AR, I felt like they were firing faster than the subs. So I mean, like I think it's just more of a balancing. Like the guns weren't terrible. I actually had fun like running the MP7 and MP5. Like that shit was real nice. Even though I don't remember what the AR was called, but it was good at times for me. It was just I felt like it had too much kick, and I didn't get to mess around a lot with the gunsmith either because I just stopped playing it. So
No, yeah, no. I thought a lot of the guns in their default state were awful, and you definitely needed to have a lot of attachments. Like the AK is borderline unusable without having a shit ton unlocked with it. Like
Oh yeah,
seriously,
100%.
and what was interesting is I remember I tried it and I'm like, I can't use it, bad gun. Then I picked one up off on the ground, up off the ground, it had been
With like
kitted, and it was a
attachments and
fucking
stuff. Yeah, and then it was like a
it had
freaking
been a
laser.
melt machine,
Yeah, I felt like
melt machine.
when I picked it up after people got theirs leveled up,
Yeah,
I'm like, holy crap, this is good. And then I'd start using it without anything. I'm like, I don't want to touch this thing ever again.
dude, fucking. It's like I'm not about to grind with the Kickmaster 5000,
Yeah,
right?
for
In a game I
real.
don't really enjoy to get that shit to work. It's
I feel like,
nah, I'm good.
dude, the pistols still need work. Like, I get the Deagle is good and all, but like the other ones, like,
Deagle,
oof.
yeah. But there's no reason to run anything else with the Deagle. Did you know actually that I didn't know is I had to watch a video about the Deagle to figure this out. But Exclusive AC posted that for every kill you get with the Deagle, if you just have it out, your dick actually gets 2
Oh
millimeters
my
bigger.
god.
And I've seen the results. I saw the results, dude. It's
Oh
fucking
my
gangster.
god.
Gains a full inch for every one-shot headshot, dude.
Nah, like, I'm not even gonna respond to that, but
Dude,
no,
it's the
but
truth, bro. No,
I do feel like the guns still need work. Obviously, it's a beta. You can't really
yeah,
judge the
yeah.
guns too much off of it.
I don't like that they lengthened the gun's time to kill.
They need to do something with their
'Cause
freaking flashbangs, because that shit lasts way too
dude,
long. It's way too bright.
I was done with all that shit, dude. As soon as before I unlocked like battle hardened, I'm like, man, fuck this.
Can
Like,
we
did I just get
can we get the
9
damn
banged?
claymores out of the game too? Like shit.
Dude, the claymore is
I
bad.
swear
With all the rubble,
I died more to those than I died to people.
dude. What the big thing that killed the beta for me, and I didn't kill it because I played it and enjoyed it when it wasn't being stupid, was like if I died to a clay mortar or got shot in the back, like it was a fair amount of or got flashbanged and couldn't see anything or grenaded. I'd just be like, well, that can happen. And then there was like a percentage of my lives that I was just like, that can happen. That weren't skill based. That was enough for me to be like, okay, this is a problem.
Yeah.
Where it's like the kid wasn't pre-aiming. He didn't get the drop on me. It was just some bullshit. It's like, that's not good.
Yeah.
And the claymores need to be crazy visible because with the rubble, it's easy to hide them. And if you're going to have them in the game, they got to be visible.
Yeah.
So it's not hard to spot.
Yeah, it's just I don't like, and especially not having some like I don't know if there's engineer in there, but like you couldn't see where anything was at, and
Not everything was unlocked, which isn't good. Everything should have been unlocked.
Yeah, like and that's the brings me the other thing. Like, why don't we just have like a separate spot for perks instead of taking up an attachment? Like
I don't know.
that just
dumb.
or like taking up like your like flashbang spot or whatever, like your
No.
tactical spot. It just doesn't make sense to me.
It feels like they tried to have, which I appreciate, they tried to have the simplicity of the perks and everything except for the guns to match the style of, old Modern Warfare. But then they just thrust all the complexity of that onto the guns, which
Yeah.
isn't good. But I was also looking at the classes. Like, I'm using every attachment I can. I don't have time for a slot for fucking bleeding or whatever, or hitting hard or fast melee. Like, I'm not using that shit. So I don't think it's a huge deal. I think for GAs it'll get pretty complicated, but that's all I'm thinking about that. I don't think that's a huge deal.
Well, even I don't think there'll be that many GAs this year in comp. I think they'll actually take a better look at comp and get rid of the stuff that needs to be gone right away.
Yeah. Well, and they say they're giving special attention to comp, so
yeah, but I don't get the whole
true.
hardpoint move. Like, you say that, and then you just drop hardpoint out of nowhere. Like, what?
I could see hardpoint being replaced by headquarters if they wanted to go that route.
See, I don't think they'll do headquarters. That's just too hectic. I don't think that'd be fun to watch.
Well, the reason that's hectic is because the next headquarter is random. If there's rotations, now it's suddenly competitive. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like
But
maybe they throw in
depends.
headquarters. I feel like it wouldn't be worth it to put that in. Like, maybe try it out for like the first tournament or something.
Yeah, they're trying out everything.
But, like, I don't know.
Literally, do what they should keep hardpoint. They should keep search, and then if they want to try out a new mode, you could do it for even the third and fourth game mode, right? And then have search to end. But you need fucking hardpoint in there.
Yeah,
you have to, otherwise.
I feel like they shouldn't try out any new game modes. Like I think they should go back to hardpoint, S&D, CTF, hardpoint, and S&D. It would just make things way better.
And I wasn't around for the Black Ops 3 comp days, but I know that when the game dropped, they had 7 different fucking game modes.
No, they played 4 different game modes. It was played out best of 7s, and I think in a few tournaments it was a best of 10 or something like that.
Jiminy fucking Christmas. Anyway, think about how hard it's going to be if they take hardpoint out to put it back in when certain people are used to what they replaced it with.
Yeah.
But if you have it in there initially, it's like, oh, we're just getting rid of a game mode instead of time for some whole new bullshit.
Yeah, and I just...
The amount of time it takes sorry, I'm ranting. To get spawns down for hardpoint, it takes a minute. It's hard.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And how good the spawns are actually determine to a degree what the competitive maps are.
Yeah, and then even that, like, depending on the team, like each team plays it differently. Like, you know, on World War II, London Docks, there's like teams like to hit from the front or force other teams to like spawn in the back. It varied on teams, and you're taking out like the best game mode for variation, in my opinion. Like it don't make sense.
For creativity, yeah. Yep.
Like, if anything, I'd rather you take out search, because basically you're getting teams running almost identical setups on offense and defense every time, and it's just like,
you know why I want search removed? Because I don't want Doug Sensor Martin to get any time. He needs to stay sub. He needs to stay sub.
Nah, he's gonna be a sub. He's playing for New York as a sub, so with those 5 players on the team, there's no way he's replacing anyone.
Here's all I'm saying: if for whatever reason 2 of the main players can't play, you know, it's got to be the subs. I'd rather see whoever owns New York grab a controller for the first time in his life.
Yeah, 100%.
And fucking play than Doug Sensor Martin.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you put on clown makeup and go on a team as a content creator. like that, you're not getting a spot for your great World War II KD. Okay, like fuck you.
It's KD in general.
Sorry, KD Doug, if you're listening, you don't deserve anything you've achieved in Call of Duty, and go fuck yourself. That's Doug.
Literally, he got carried by attached to like wins. Like, come on.
Dude, how do you even carrying Doug? I didn't realize attached was actually that. My respect for talent, or my respect for attached, just went up tremendously.
Yeah, he had to hard carry freaking Doug through Advanced Warfare just to win his chips and
goals.
Dude,
I can't. Oh my god, dude! When you watch his highlights, you're literally like, way to shoot 2 people in the back. This is not impressive.
Yeah.
Way to shoot 2 people in the back and then drop it full health. That's like his #1 clip. Look at me clutch up. It's like, no, you didn't.
For real.
Oh my god. That gets me going. Sorry, I can't believe Doug got signed. That baffled me. It doesn't baffle me because they're not going to play him. But
yeah.
I just don't want to. I don't want to hear him rant about when he's going to play. It's like,
I keep seeing this crap on Twitter. I'm like, bro, every time I comment, you don't deserve it. Like, you just don't.
Dude, you have this weird ability.
That's a wasted spot.
You like break members of the COD community down. Like, what? Did you tweet it, Momo? Or...
yeah, he's like, yeah, I'm trying. No, dead ass. What was it?
You said
CWL finals. I'm like, I literally cannot stand at Momo, or not Momo, at Miles, because he's like super annoying or some shit. And then straight up, like, not even 5 minutes, like in between maps during that series.
It was between break. He saw it and responded.
Yeah, between maps in the series, like what, between map 3 and 4, and then comments back, he's like, sorry, I'm trying. And then he was like super quiet the next match.
Real
like,
quick. And like, I was there, and I was so determined to be like, you probably didn't do shit to him. He probably sees that stuff all the time. Whatever we think we see of him being sad isn't the case. But he genuinely quieted down.
Yeah, he did. I'm like, whoa.
No.
All right.
Oh, that was so bad, dude.
But you got to get going, don't you?
Oh, not yet. Oh, wait, what time is it? No, I got some time. I got like 45 minutes.
Shit.
Dude. I made it time, dude.
Oh,
all right, what's the next?
Wait. Oh, shit, I forgot. My time zone's different than yours.
Yeah.
Shit. Okay, I was going to say, it was 4:45 here. What the hell?
Yeah, no worries, dude. Score streaks? Is that where we're at?
Yeah, I think so.
I guess nerf the buffs. We can't. We don't have all the guns. We can't judge that shit.
But like thinking from I think we talked about that a little bit though, like with the kick and stuff. But from the guns that we saw in the beta, if you had to like nerf or buff anything, what would you do?
I don't know, man. It depends on. Well, so one of the things they did was they nerfed the ARs across the board, which I didn't agree with because I thought that the subs could definitely hold their own.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And I thought that there was a possibility of getting like a 110 millisecond kill with the starting AR, and that's with headshots. And like my thought on that is like, if we're gonna go to a less cracked out game, I can't think of a better thing to have to reward pre-aiming, careful play, good plays. I love that. They lowered it, which is like, or they increased time to kill, which I'm like, okay, I guess that's fine. But I do think that there needs that need to have lower time to kill overall. And if you have lower time to kill with the ARs for the sub, because the subs can beam you across the map, so just increase the up close sub time to kill, because the hip fire on that and ADS is busted on them, like honestly. And then just have a slower time to kill for the subs so they can't compete at those long ranges. I think that's what should be done, but that's just me. I want to see a punishing Modern Warfare competitive and game in general.
Yeah.
Like maybe slightly slower than Ghost, but not much.
Yeah, I would agree with you with slightly slower than Ghost, because playing Ghost last night I ran some sixes with some guys and the time to kill in that is remarkably fast. Yeah. Like Search, it's not that bad, but Respawn, it's like if you're not beating people to scoping in, like you're getting fried. Yeah. And I realized that last night. I was going like triple negative. I'm like, dude, I can't do anything. It's just the time to kill is too fast, and you can't just sit there. Like we've only played on one map. I could probably do better on other maps with an AR, but like I'm trying to rush around and play with the sub, and it's just like impossible. So I feel like, like I get what they're doing with increasing the time to kill, but I think they should find something like around like.
Wait, what do you think of this? Make the hip fire on ARs way worse. Have the ADS time be the way it is, a little bit slower. That way, you're not getting hip fired or random kill.
No, I mean like, it's like the aiming in time on Modern Warfare is good, all around in my opinion. It's more to me like I feel like the time to kill is just excessively fast, especially coming from Black Ops 4. I think you need to ease back into it instead of going directly into basically Ghosts.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, that's fair.
I'd say like fair. Maybe make. Like, I don't want to say, like, a 5-shot kill like it was in BO4, but, like...
Yeah.
Either decrease all of the weapons around the fire rate, or just, like, give us, like, 125 health. Like, meet us in the middle, because everyone's coming over from a game where it was 5 shots to kill. And in this game, you can't sit there, stim, and then jump back out. So, like, you obviously have to sit in the corner and shit. And
so, yeah, no, one thing that... Or first of all, get stim the fuck out of Modern Warfare. We're done with it. Why is it on our class? Why is it in the game?
Yeah, I agree with that. Just I could see it in like Gunfight, but I don't want to see that on people's classes in Search, because that's when it would be used the most. Would be in Search, just to get around the corner, stim, and then pop back out. Like
everyone's done with doing 149 damage. The person re-peaks and fries you. Like I'm done with that.
Yeah, like like you said, get rid of that in general. Like
the
only game mode it would be used in a lot would be Search, just for the fact, or maybe even. What's the one game mode where you can revive your teammates in Search?
Oh, Cyber.
Cyber Attack or whatever.
I'm done with Cyber Attack.
If they bring that into comp, that's just gonna be mad annoying, because people will literally run stims the whole time.
Dude,
like, rounds will literally be the time will be gone every time in a round.
Dude, here's all I'm saying. It's not fucking zombies. We don't need a revive. Okay, it's not Blackout. It's not zombies. We're good. Like. Oh yeah, and then what was my point? Oh yeah, in regards to time to kill. So, because in my opinion, Call of Duty desperately needs more people, and I think that this is the game that could potentially bring people in. The campaign is apparently going to be triggering, which is, and it could have the same effect as the Joker movie. Joker movie, I'm going to level with you. It was good, but not great. But because when you walked into the theater, there was a reminder not to shoot up the place, I went inside. So I'm like, hey, let's check it. You know what I mean? So I think that'll bring in some people. But something that really brings in people is a low but not ghost low time to kill. And the reason for that is like when I first started playing some Call of Duty, World War II, I was bad. I never really put that much time into first-person shooters. Still am bad. But the reason I had fun with it and kept grinding ranked was because the time to kill was low enough that I thought I was decent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when you have a high time to kill, like in Black Ops 4, if I'm not playing a lot, I can tell I'm shit because the time to kill takes so much longer, you know? And you get to see more how many shots you miss in general. But with lower time to kill, I think you'll get more people to stick around.
Yeah.
And I think that's important.
With your like World War II comparison there, like I liked the time to kill in that game.
Yeah.
Like it was fast, but it wasn't fast enough where like you're getting fried like you were I
Yes.
was in the beta. But every time I died, it was like people were getting really good camera angles coming around corners, and then they just fry me. I wouldn't have time to react.
And another thing too, yeah, you're 100% right. But another thing too, and you can tell me what you thought. This wasn't on there, but it might be a good topic. The time to kill doesn't need to be so low that you're consistently out connection, right? Because if you got 50 milliseconds of lag, you know, or 100 even, you can still win a gunfight if you shoot straight. So time to kill can't be so low that doesn't happen.
That's a good point right there. Because like if you think about it, all the pros will be fine when they're playing because they're all playing on good internet. They're like getting less than 5 ping every match. If you look at the wide majority of like amateurs and stuff, nobody has a ping under 40. Yep. So like if someone's hosting, the other people are probably gonna be around 100, and it's like they're just gonna fry you. You don't literally stand a chance at all in that match.
Listen, man, I'm a shitter. I ain't got no fiber. All right, my ping is like 50 to 100. I mean, yeah, so that's yeah. I think that needs to be a consideration. And another reason I'm being so vocal, and no one will probably watch this, but if anyone relevant is, like, the reason people are fired up is because the Call of Duty League is launching this year, and I firmly believe that there are almost all the mechanics in this game, except for stuff that'll be obviously banned, like claymores and, you know, flashes and grenades will be toned, whatever. I firmly believe that with the way the guns feel, the time to kill, it has all the pieces of being one of the funnest CODs in years if you fix your fucking maps. And there's never been a time where it's been more important. Because Black Ops 4, a lot of people didn't like that game. I wasn't a huge fan of it.
It was fun at the start. It was fun at the start.
It was.
Kind of got annoying after that.
Yeah, I agree with that. And Call of Duty needs a win. You're launching the league. Numbers are down in general. Please fucking make it work.
Yeah,
it's got so much potential.
Yeah, you're talking about like the decrease in the COD community, and when you bring that up, I don't get you're trying to bring COD back at this point.
Yes.
And
it can be brought back easily.
It can be, but you can't get rid of Hardpoint if you want that.
Mm-hmm.
You're literally gonna keep going down that downwards path. Like it's not gonna change at all.
Yep. And there's something to be said that COD is most. So the reason I love competitive COD is because each year there's a brand new game, brand new rules, new people rise to the top, and it's a game of adaptation. And that's super cool. But if your rules are shit and the game's always a shit show, that process isn't fun. That's just sorting through a shit game. You know what I mean? So they need that to go well. And you can. And what I was gonna say is with pubs, most people are in pubs, but if you're investing in a league, you gotta start investing in comp too. You're making an effort to grow that, so have that in mind.
Yeah.
You know, like Jesus Christ. Whew. All right, what's next? Sorry, I've been talking way too much. But this shit gets me going.
That's good, bro. I love it. Imagine when we get 2 other people on these, bro. That's just gonna be fire.
Dude, for sure. You haven't told me I'm fucking dumb once, so this is going great.
That's good. I don't disagree with a lot of things you're saying right now.
That's good.
Like
I think time away.
Like you said too previously, like when we've talked previously, like it's a beta. Like we can't get too upset about it. Like we know it's not going to be great right away.
Yeah. Well,
it's just there for feedback, realistically.
Something too. This is just theory, but the Black Ops 4 beta was released, and then wasn't it like two and a half weeks before the full game was released?
Yeah, something like that. It was a few weeks before.
So the fact, because they've released this thing like 2 months in advance, they've released it twice, 2 months in advance.
Mm-hmm.
they have everything they need. I guarantee you, they got the data, they got the whatever the fuck, to be able to make every adjustment we're talking about. They have the time and they have the means.
Yeah.
So, and it's one thing too, where could they fuck it up and we're ripping on the beta? You know, could they leave the beta as is? Yes. But if they screw up, I mean, it's damn near fumbling at the 1 yard line. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They have everything they need. And
Especially if you have a month to work on things too. Like if you have an extra month to fix things that are wrong, because like obviously they had all the maps made up before the beta.
Yes.
Like even the maps we haven't played it, they still have that shit made up. But now like judging off of the maps that they gave us already, they know what changes need to be made to other maps.
Yes. Yep. They have everything, every tool they need to succeed, which is really awesome, really exciting, and I still have high hopes. And the thing is too, and you can kind of speak to this. So in my opinion, in terms of how the gun spell, shooting mechanics, the maps look very pretty, everything ran smoothly. Aside from, I guess, the mini map, which they fixed and they're continuing. You know what I mean? That shit's gonna be fixed.
Yeah,
Aside from the radar and the map design, where things are laid out, do you have any complaints about the beta? Not talking about 20v20 bullshit.
I mean, my main thing is the guns. I didn't get to play much of it. I played Gunfight, so I mean, I enjoy Gunfight thoroughly. Like that shit's hella fun.
Yeah.
But I didn't care for the guns all that much. I'm gonna be honest. Like the MP7,
Fair
MP5,
enough.
that shit was fun to run around with. I love that.
Oh yeah.
The fucking stuns. Get rid of the goddamn stuns. That shit's annoying.
Well, and that for me is like filed up. They'll tone it. They've got data. They know how long. They'll figure that out easily.
Yeah, for sure.
That's interesting. So I guess I mean, I had a little more play time. So, and I gotta tell you, it took a long time to really get the attachments, understand what they did to your gun, and then adjust accordingly. Like, I mean, I put in probably 20 hours, and I did that with mostly just the starting assault rifle.
Yeah.
And by the end, I felt like I had one class with that gun that I liked a lot, and I was still working on it still fucking with attachments to figure out what gun I wanted to use for longer range and how to make the utility that good. I was messing with my classes every game, man, to optimize that.
See, like,
and
I feel like this is just gonna be me nitpicking a little bit, but I feel like with the gunsmith, like, it's gonna come down to, again, like, make it a standard custom class thing, but with like the same logic behind what you're doing with it, because messing around with attachments then it's easier to visualize all the attachments right there in front of you. Like for example, like if you did like how Ghost had it set up, where you could pick like one attachment from each category. Like if you did something like that, or even letting us pick multiple ones, it would kind of like show stuff a lot better.
Yeah.
In my opinion, like I get what they're doing with the gunsmith, like, oh, this is where this attachment would go on the gun and shit, but like if you just do it in a standard custom class and then maybe like highlight it on a gun image like right next to it or something, like it would make it a lot easier to like visualize and come up with your classes easier.
I got you. Yeah, that makes sense. And one thing too is I was in love with it because like there's guns that like I wished I could use, but weren't able to. Like for example, the bar in World War II had some horizontal. It doesn't matter how little horizontal recoil there is. I can't compensate. I don't know why. It can be the most consistent horizontal recoil, and I'm just dog shit with it. Like if in Black Ops 4, I had the ability to turn my horizontal recoil with the Maddox into vertical recoil, I would have been infinitely better with it. You know, I just can't. For whatever reason, I can't control that. So being able to have a game where I can minimize the things I struggle with and have the class essentially function the same, I was in love with it. I couldn't have been happier with that. So, and that's part of that skewing it. So I wasn't even thinking about the way it's displayed, which your point was great, actually. With the way it's displayed, how that could be better. That was a really good point.
Yeah, I just like, I get what they're doing with it. I just feel like representing it in a better way would help. Like I'm more of a visual person. Like if I could see all the attachments that I'm able to put onto the gun, and then like if they highlighted it on like an image of the gun right next to it, like it helped me visualize it better. 'Cause that's
Even
basically
if
what
you,
they're trying to get across is where the attachments are on the gun. And like I
and
still
that's more immersive, but still though.
yeah, I still think like they need a separate perk thing too. Like
If
I
they
don't get
had,
the whole perk logic
yeah,
either.
well, if they had a list which was attachment and then what it's adjusting the up and or yeah attachment up and down. They had subcategories of like muzzle, grip, so you could just see everything. So it's like, oh, don't care what happens to this gun. I want the maximum ADS. I could scroll down my list and see, oh, this one will improve that. It takes away that. There are better ways too.
Yeah.
But I do think that the way they have it set up, they're just trying to increase immersion, which is the valid way to do it. But
Yeah.
for someone who's trying to go through it analytically with a competitive mindset, sort of like yourself, it makes it a lot harder. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I didn't even think of that. That was fucking solid. You're full of good points today, dude.
Dude, my brain just turned out, bro. I'm in a different mode with this podcast right now. Like I don't even
This is dope
understand.
as shit.
Like my logic when I'm talking with you, bro. If I don't like it, then I just don't agree with it, and I let you know. But like right now, even if I don't like it, it's a fucking beta. Yeah. We're both bringing up good points. But on another note, what do you think about cross-plat?
I think it's the best, and I didn't even think about that when I talked about the increase of like appeal with Call of Duty. Like you're launching the league, you've got cross-plat, make the game fucking good. Like, why are you taking any risks? This is literally the best thing to happen to Call of Duty. And I know what you're gonna say, Brandon. You're gonna be like, cross-plat, I'm just gonna get fucking boarded. Well, joke's on you. You're getting boarded anyway. So go fuck yourself. This won't change that.
No, like I think with cross-plat, like I don't know how the hell to add people through cross-plat. It's not like Fortnite where you can go on your
yeah, Activision account.
Yeah.
A little bit of a scam, but I'm okay with it.
Yeah, but like I don't understand. Like you could change it. You don't even have to change your PlayStation name anymore. Just play Call of Duty if you want to. You just go into your Activision account. I like that part a lot.
I feel that.
Yeah, I'll change it every day if I felt like it. But like adding friends, I have no idea how to add them. I couldn't figure it out myself.
Oh yeah, well, and that's a decision that benefits both Activision as well as the player, because the player gets to play with who they want, and Activision gets more information on the players. So that's a win-win in my opinion.
I think if they do it like how Fortnite does it, where if you play with someone from Xbox, then you can only play against Xbox kids and PS4 kids, and not like PC guys. Like if they do that, then I'm okay with it. I don't care much.
I think they are. Yeah, competitive, they'll do that 100%.
Yeah, because let's be real. I don't want to play against borders. Like, I don't want to play against PC guys. It's bad enough we have to play against borders here on consoles, and then people that use strike packs that literally give you like no recoil on your guns and auto aim. Like that's the other thing. Half the time when I say keyboarders, they probably got a fucking strike pack in, because that shit literally just is OP. It's literally a hack in a little pack. Like, come on.
For sure. I didn't feel like I was getting boarded or seeing anything like that. So I think what you're talking about they're doing. I will say this. So if I was, Infinity Ward producing this game, but based on timelines, making cross-plat work and gunfight work would be my two biggest priorities. And then I would send the maps, and then I would adjust the maps. But maps would be my third priority. So it doesn't surprise me necessarily. Those are the things. That's the thing that's struggling the most. And along with all the cover, I guarantee you there's easy adjustments to be made. So in terms of the timeline of making the game good, the order for which they're making things work, I feel like if this is the order, it's a really good order and it's really smart. And I do hope that it's what I'm theorizing, I guess.
Yeah.
I think that'd be the order to test things for sure. And I'm blown away that they tried it in the beta and it worked great. That's crazy. Yeah. That's amazing. That's as impressive as Blackout.
When it was a beta. One thing I wouldn't mind actually seeing in the comp, in comp would be like starting off, like I want them to bring Hardpoint back. Obviously, Hardpoint's probably the funnest game.
I can't believe we're saying that. I can't believe we're saying that.
But I would want.
That's so bad that we're saying that.
For comp game modes, I would want like a Hardpoint, a Search, CTF. Obviously, those would be the three I'd want for sure. Maybe a fourth one if they wanted to introduce a new one, or maybe even a fifth one, or even as a fourth one. I would honestly not mind seeing something like gunfight being brought into it, like 2v2s, but then they randomly select two people from each team and put them into the map, and the other three spectate that round. So like change it up every round with players. And then
Dude, yo,
then they
real quick.
they'll
Yeah.
each get different guns. So you're never gonna know how it's gonna play out. And then like even if they did something to before the match where each team could ban a certain gun and each team could protect a gun or like pick which one they want in the
That'd be
first
hype.
few
Dude,
rounds.
real quick. Think about this. So for the gunfight mode, it's four matches. Or no, so the way it would work is oh shit, yo. Yeah, think about this. 4 matches. You get to pick your lineup. So like there's a certain, each. So the sub matches are like first to 4 rounds or whatever, and they go quick. Gunfights go quick. So whatever team wins the most, or first 1 to 3 wins, 3 total matches, wins for the players 1v1s, and then if they're tied 2-2, it goes to a tiebreaker, and then a team has like a ringer. Because that would be kind of hype as fuck.
Something like cool. That I would look more into with that is like if they were to bring in something like gunfight in, which I wouldn't mind actually. I'd actually think that'd be kind of cool. But like before the match, I would say like have it where they can pick like maybe each team goes back and forth on what guns they want to pick or whatever.
I think
or they do that in like a pregame lobby.
Random is bad. Random is bad for competitive. So I think ban and protect would be a competitive way to adjust for that. Or like, sorry, I'm like struggling to find the words, but like the way I guess I kind of envisioned it was, or I just envisioned it was, so you have 4 players on each team, right? So flip a coin, whatever. Losing team has to pick their player in the number 1 spot, and then the other team has to pick who's going to play against that player. They have to pick another one, and this team gets to pick who's going to play that player, and then they just go at it, and basically last team standing wins that mode.
Yeah, see, like I think, like even with picking, if they were to pick, I like, yeah, that'd be cool or whatever. I feel like gunfight, like now that I think about it, if they would want to do gunfight, I would rather them do it where you pick the guns up off the ground because I realized when I was playing that, there was usually a sniper, a sub, and an AR. And then if they banned like shotguns and LMGs just in general from that, it can make it interesting because then it'd be like someone like Dashy could just say like, oh, I just want to go grab a sniper. I'll just play with that. And then like, I feel like it would probably be like increase the game limit to 10 rounds wins instead of 6. And then have it where the game just randomly picks 2 of the players. I just think one, it'd bring more of a variety. Because you never know who you're going to be playing with, so it's like, or what rounds, so you're not going to have like any strategy going into it. And it would cause each player to play more with each other and be more engaged in each other in the comp scene. Because like I feel like some teams let their talent get to their heads.
Yeah.
But if you're forcing other teams to like each player to play with each other in random situations, like I think it would just make it more cool. Like, I would love to see gunfight in comp like that.
I don't know. So for me, I'm not a big fan of random. You can do a ban and protect for players, dude. Yo, like if one team, first team gets to pick what player they're going to protect, and then the other team gets to pick what player they're going to protect, and then the other team gets to ban 2 players from the other team. That would be.
That'd be kind of whack. Maybe like
that'd be hype. I would love that.
One thing that they could do as well, like if they didn't want to randomize it, they could literally like before the matches, like you have like, okay, these 2 play the first 2 rounds, these 2 play the next 2 rounds, these 2 play the next 2, like just go in 2s or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know how that would work because that'd be a lot of like, well now you gotta switch to this team. A lot could go wrong with that unless they had it programmed into the game somehow.
I think
that's why I say random because then they wouldn't be screwing shit up if they were trying to switch teams. Because if they picked it, then it'd be like, well, I just clicked the wrong team. Now we gotta restart the map.
Yeah, I think we have different ideas about how gunfight would work. But I think we're in agreement that it's a great mode and that it could be implemented into competitive.
Yeah, they definitely could if they put the thought into it, or even if they wanted to make the maps like twice the size and make it a 5v5 gunfight, or make it.
Oh, yo, that
or-
would be a search, but everyone has the same gun. Jesus Christ.
Well,
that
even
would be
that, or
hot.
if like you're
Yeah.
picking guns off the ground, because like one player could just literally be stuck with a pistol, or even if they like make it a 4v4 and they have to bench one player throughout it and just double the size of the map.
Yeah.
Like I think that's something they could look at, and yes, it'd be kind of like Search again, but like it'd kind of be a cooler version because they wouldn't get to pick their guns; it'd just be random. Like if it was the gunfight where they just randomly give you guns and you have to play with that, which I don't think it would be if they did a 4v4 gunfight. I think it'd be the ones where you have to pick it up off the ground, just get more variety of guns. Unless they did it where they had it where one player was a sniper, one was a AR, one was a sub, or two of them were subs, two were ARs, and one was a sniper. But they made it random between the players on the team, so they couldn't just pick it.
I like that.
That would actually be pretty cool.
No, here's all I'm saying. Here's all I'm saying, dude. Because what is Dashy's on LA?
Yeah.
Here's all I'm saying, man. Anyone other than Dashy spawns with the sniper, they're getting fucking team killed. And that's part of, if I'm coaching, that's the strat, my man.
Yeah. For real. I think that'd be something that could be really cool if they had it where, or even if no, wait, better idea. If they had it, if they did the 4v4 instead of 5v5, like I just explained, one sniper, one SMG, one AR, and then they had one flex player who had an overkill class of one AR and one sub.
Yep. I like that.
That'd be kind of nuts, low key.
That'd be busted. That'd be fun. Yeah. Shit, dude, we got to create some diversity. We've been on this ship for about 12 minutes, I think.
Yeah, no, right. That's just a good thing.
We talked about that for a while, though. Yeah. Shit. All right.
One thing I think they're doing really good, and I really like personally, is their battle royale that they're coming out with in January.
Okay. Yeah.
They're dropping it separately from the game. It's gonna be free to play for everyone.
That's smart. Yeah.
Which I really like, because the one thing I hated that Treyarch did was they made people buy the game just to play Blackout, and people weren't happy with that. You're making them pay $60 for a battle royale that was mediocre at best.
Yeah. The only thing that was good about Blackout, or that'll be remembered about Blackout, was it was the first non-building meaningful battle royale. And you could say PUBG, but PUBG is such a fucking broken mess.
Well, I mean, H1Z1 on that same note. Like...
Yeah, but I mean, I would say in terms of like pure AAA, Blackout was the first, so that's why it's notable. But Blackout's gonna be forgotten.
Yeah, I just think
there's no way not.
A lot that went wrong with Black Ops 4 was just Treyarch being idiots this year.
I don't think it was Treyarch, man, because it sounds like they were, or it might have been, but it sounded like they were trying to do a team-based game like Overwatch, and I don't know, man, because I guess I brought this up before, but all the abilities, or maybe it was them, who knows, but all the abilities weren't team. There was only one team ability, and that was Crash. But all the other ones were just abilities for killing people. You know, they weren't like synergistic or anything. Too. They were just win buttons for bots. Or
yeah,
zero. And that's not. That's not tactical. And then it just, I don't know, man. It was
looking at Black Ops 4 right now. Like, they didn't focus that much on comp. They tried nerfing the Maddox and made it irrelevant for like 3 days before they buffed it because everyone was pissed about it. Like, you can't do stupid shit like that. Yeah. When we're talking Battle Royale, because like I think hopefully the Modern Warfare one will be good. I don't know. We haven't had a look at it yet. It's kind of going to be like War in a way, I think. But I think Treyarch did a terrible job at changing up the map. The seasonal thing that they did with the supply drops and shit, I don't think even in pubs that was a good idea. It was kind of just garbage in my opinion.
Black Ops 4 never left beta.
Yeah,
that's
like
it wasn't a good game. I feel like a good standard to go by. If you're in the playoffs grand final and your game can't even run hardpoint fucking right, like what are you doing?
Yeah, and then like, not to mention like the control with FaZe getting screwed over against LG, like
that was bad, man. The thing is, you could say maybe there was a bad PlayStation for the United series, but the control one going wrong, that was not.
Yeah, like,
That was
can't be
the
having
game,
those problems in tournaments
and
like that.
and that's a circumstance too. That when I first started playing Control at all, I was like, wow, this can get really, really close because people are going to slide in at the last second. So you can't tell me that wasn't a circumstance that they knew about and should have tested properly.
Yeah,
That's just
and
gross.
the thing that doesn't make sense either is the first time it goes wrong is at a major event. How do you
And
let that
you know
happen?
what that means? It wasn't the first time it went wrong in a major event. If you do some research on the way, I don't know how it's always been, but they did not do a good job of testing their game in zombies, let alone multiplayer. There's a reason Vonderhaar fucking left.
Yeah, it was bad all around in my opinion. I really hope, even with these changes that I'm still not agreeing with Modern Warfare, they really take a solid look at it, especially with Hardpoint and the maps. The maps are maps, and I need good maps. I don't need these shit ones.
Also, with talking about the stakes being high, the bar could not be lower for a good comp.
Yeah.
Right now, the bar for a complete game could not be lower. There's never been more on the line. It's like, please don't fuck up. You know what I mean? It's like it couldn't be easier. Just don't fuck up. It's easy. It's easy peasy. Man.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have high expectations for Modern Warfare right now, except for Gunfight. That's the only That's the only thing I will be playing the first week or two is Gunfight, because I don't want to play pubs. I don't.
Yeah.
It's gonna take me a few weeks before I get into that.
They won't make you better. Pubs won't make you. I think Gunfight will make you better.
Yeah.
But pubs is just for figuring out which gun kills the quickest.
I also heard that we're not gonna have league or ranked off the bat,
which is fine. I'm fine with that.
Because
they're not going to take as fucking long as Black Ops 4.
If they take that long, I'm literally gonna just lose my mind.
I like it because okay. So are we in the final thought section?
No, not yet.
Okay, yeah.
I got one more thing I want to talk about.
Dude, go for it then. I was gonna say most of the time.
One thing I also kind of like what they're doing in this next one is in Modern Warfare, I think they're not having supply drops. Everything is gonna be you play the game, level up, you earn stuff. So like if they add in a new weapon, you level up, you can get that weapon. You don't have to go through supply drop. One thing I hate about Black Ops 4 is I want the VMP for pubs. I'd actually play pubs if I had the VMP. Yeah. I can't get that unless it's out of supply drop. Well, I don't want to put in the time to freaking get it out of supply drop or even money, because I probably won't even get it if I hit tier 50. I'll probably get the ballistic knives or some bullshit, but
Dude, real quick, want to hear something really fucked up?
Sure.
So what I've heard from multiple sources, being YouTube channels, I'm not connected, is that the reason that they might not be saying there's supply drops and they might not add them for the first 3 months is because then technically the game doesn't have those and doesn't have to declare that they have gambling systems. So basically, by not having them initially and saying they're not going to be in there, they're like, oh, change their mind, like Black Ops 4, they can get around a lot of gambling laws.
Yeah, see, the thing...
That's fucked, dude.
The thing that I think they should do is if you're going to bring in new guns, everyone should be able to get them. You shouldn't have to pay money to get them.
Yep.
I think you could still have a store, and I think... if they're gonna add in skins to players or camos or whatever, and people want to buy those, okay, whatever. But if you're gonna introduce new guns, I think it's only fair that you give everyone a chance to get the guns.
Dude, so Drifter did an analysis on the cost of unlocking some World War II weapons through supply crates. And the cost of some of those things in game was more than buying the gun in real life.
Yeah,
that's fucking bananas.
Yeah.
Oh man.
All right, but
shit, dude.
I think it's time that we hit the wrap-up section. Final thoughts. What are a few things that you hope to change going into the game, etc.? What are your expectations? What do you want changed? Are you hyped for the game or not? Give Give me your thoughts.
So I alluded to this earlier. So the order. So what I think is that if Infinity Ward was going to go about bringing it back to old school while implementing some changes, while understanding the full gravity and importance of this year in terms of competitive, in terms of player base, in terms of cross-platform, you name it. The league, the way I think that I would do it would be first and foremost make sure the game mechanics are working right. Then make sure cross-platform works right, those mechanics are maintained. Then make sure the maps for cross-platform and those mechanics are working properly, and then along with that, making sure things are tuned up properly. That's the order I would do things. What we've seen is the first thing they tested was the guns and gunsmith. That was the alpha. The second thing they've tested essentially was cross-platform and in maps. We know that cross-platform works because people didn't have any complaints about it. Works great. And the maps we can't judge yet because they haven't adjusted them. But the maps we saw were completely awful. So I guess what I'm saying is that if they're being smart and they're going to do things smart, we could expect the best COD in years. But we can't predict. And and along with improving the maps, they gave themselves over a month to fix things. So they give themselves good leeway there. So we could be seeing the best COD in years if things stay this way. Pubs are going to be hell. Competitive's going to be hell. And I guess the silver lining is that they took out the radar. We complained. They brought it back pretty quick. So they can make adjustments. But I can't say I'm hype or not hype because we just don't know yet.
Yeah.
That's what I think. I think there's a reason to be optimistic, but until we see it come to fruition, who can say?
Yeah, like I think they should make better maps. Obviously, I think the maps are the big problem. But if they come out with some pretty solid maps, or like even just a separate like section of where you could play like game mode or something like standard, like a standard like map set, like 3 lanes or something like. I want simpler maps. If I can get a section where there's just simpler maps.
They need a map design other than these maps have power positions.
Yeah, like if we can just go back to like simple maps and have a few simple maps, like I'll enjoy pubs probably. Like
Your
I said,
map needs to have corners.
Yeah, like I said, I like their gunfights, so I'm gonna be grinding the shit out of that.
Oh,
If they come out with a few more good maps for that, bro, I'm hyped for you. I won't play anything else. I'll just play wagers and do shit in that. So like,
dude, real quick, I just thought. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's just basically I hope they bring out some good maps. That's the only thing. Like, obviously make a few changes to some guns, but I need maps.
All right, final thought. So, the way Zombies is created is that no matter where you are on the map, a zombie can hit you from behind, so you have to keep moving. That should not be your design philosophy for fucking multiplayer.
Yeah, I know, right?
I feel like that sums it up perfectly. The ways you can get attacked should not be the same angles as you can in Zombies.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
That if they understand, and the thing is too, is it's fine if you've got a room where you can camp, because they have a lot of rooms, so you just avoid that shit or nade them out. You have the tools to, that's my big thing.
I think they need to separate themselves from Battlefield. I feel like the game feels too much like Battlefield. Like if we wanted to play Battlefield, we just go out and buy Battlefield. Separate yourself from that. You're too close to what they're doing. It's like you're really not doing anything different, in my opinion.
Have the maps be like Call of Duty or World War II, except stretched out.
Yeah, like just a little bit bigger, not too bad. Like maybe one or two more lanes, but like we don't need every building to have 2 stories. We don't need the one picture I sent you. There was 16 different angles you can get shot from just from walking on a door.
Just Call of Duty World War II map, except a little, click and drag, spread out, and not literally in the shape of a fucking box and the size of Newtown, and you're fine.
Yeah, literally.
I actually just hit me that World War II was literally just boxes, a giant box, like every
Yeah.
map. And I watched a video where a guy basically broke down how every map is literally the same. And I'm like, oh, you're kind of right.
Oh no, we talked about that too during World War II.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what was it like? Arden's Fortress and like London Docks were like, or
Yep.
what? B? No, was it A bomb? I think it was A, and like on London Docks was like literally the same spot as it was on like B for Arden's Forest, because you had like you can go on like top, you could go top stairs, and
Yeah.
that was basically like the dock side. Like, everything was literally the same.
This map's different because it's high instead of low.
Yeah, it was
It's
so
like,
dumb.
all right,
Like, what
okay,
the fuck?
yeah. All right, Chief, you're right. Yeah, that didn't make sense.
Yeah.
That didn't make sense. I don't know, man. I think they can 100% fix this game.
Yeah,
Salvage it.
there's a ton of potential
They
for
just need
Modern
to-
Warfare. I personally didn't enjoy the beta. I'm hoping they change
Mhm.
a few things up. Not a lot of things. I think it's just simplifying the maps mainly
Mhm.
would make the game better, in my opinion. Like, yeah, you're gonna have to fix some guns up. Like, that's gonna happen in any beta.
Yep.
But like,
Yep.
I think when the maps are like too complicated and more of like a Battlefield type of vibe, it's just not worth it
Mhm.
to do something like that. Especially if
Yeah,
you're Call
man.
of Duty, you've separated yourself from
Mhm.
Battlefield for how long? Can you keep it that way? Please bring back Hardpoint for comp.
I mean-
Like, hello.
Mhm. And real quick, I gotta say too, I think guns in this game have felt better than almost any Call of Duty I've played, because they felt, in Black Ops 4, they sounded like you were shooting some fancy fucking Nerf guns. You
Yeah,
know,
see,
and-
like, Modern Warfare to me is different. I haven't played a Modern Warfare game, like,
Oh,
pubs ever, like,
Mhm.
online. So it's already gonna be a different feel. I know that, but like,
Mhm.
it's more to
But-
the fact where like,
and
I feel like it kills way too fast, like faster than Ghost.
it did at the start, didn't it? They adjusted it later, but yeah, I think they have everything they need. The gunfight mechanics, like I said, feel great. Everything. If they fix the maps, there will be so little to complain about.
Yeah.
And you know what? This boss, I don't. Yeah, they can fix it. It wouldn't be hard. Literally, if you gave me a printout of the maps, I'll just draw where doors need to be, and then the game will be great.
Well, even
hard.
if they shrunk the maps just a little bit and took a second story off of like 80% of the buildings they have, like the maps
Yeah.
would actually be good. Like the
Yeah.
first map I played literally had, I don't even remember the name of it, but like it had like the left side where it had like a trail dug out and shit. I'm like, and then the middle was kind of hectic a little bit because you had like the four
Well-
different buildings and you get to the second floor. If you take the second floor
just
off
like
of that
take-
map,
just-
like it's actually a really good map.
Just like take notes from slums, right? I mean, slums. You got that big old power position in the middle, but you're extremely exposed.
Yeah,
take
or
a note
like-
from standoff.
Yeah, standoff where you have the
those
two buildings right across from each other where you could snipe at, and then you have the
perfect
you have the
second floors.
one middle building. You don't have four. You got one middle building. That's
And
it.
the
Like
buildings on
you don't
either
need
side,
four.
You can, and the buildings on either side, you can see a lot, but you're never watching everything, which is great for a spot like that. You know what I'm saying? Literally just reskin those maps, steal it. The map designs aren't patented. Just do it. Make maps great again.
Yeah,
I want to start a campaign to eat my orange hair.
for real.
So, goddamn, I can't believe how much we agreed. You didn't call me an idiot once.
That's
Absolutely baffling.
that's over an hour of agreeing, Cam. Can you believe that?
That's a record. That's for sure a record.
Hell, we freaking didn't talk for a week because we didn't agree on one freaking Call of Duty thing before.
Dude, I gotta be honest. Well, you've snubbed me for a month for fun, so I don't know, dude.
No, it wasn't a month. It was a week.
Okay, whatever.
There's no way it was a month. There's no way it was
I
a
talked to
month.
people about it. It was like at least.
There's
2
no
weeks.
way we talked for at least.
Oh my
No,
god.
there's no way it was a month.
Well, it felt like a month. How about that?
Oh, well, a week can feel like a month sometimes, especially if you're playing video games with a dude every single day in the same room.
Especially, dude. Fucking, good times, bro. Good times.
That shit was good. I gotta make a trip down there sometime.
Dude, absolutely, bro. Like, I'm trying to think, man. I don't think there's anything else.
Yeah, I don't think there's
left.
anything else we can really talk about. We
No.
talked about a lot of it.
It was good stuff, man. Good stuff for sure. I guess we'll have another podcast when the game drops.
We'll have another
One thing I will
podcast too,
say-
and roster's
Oh, yeah?
finally locked.
Yes, that would be good. We'll do that. That'll be the next one. Also, if this Call of Duty sucks, like I said, they have all the tools they need. I'll probably give up.
Yeah, That's
because there's no more opportunity.
this is my last straw. Like they
Yeah.
gotta. This is like what we've had already 3 straight games, in my opinion, that have been bad with IW, World War II, and
Yeah.
BO4. I had some fun in BO4 at times. World War II was. I didn't really
World War
care for it
II
in general.
was too conservative with map design.
Yeah,
which is,
I just
can
didn't care
accept
for the
that.
game that much. Like it was
Yeah.
easy to kill and shit. I couldn't slay out like I did on BO4. You
Yep.
saw that, like.
Oh yeah, you fucking melted, you.
Yeah, so I don't know. I played BO3 all of the IW season, so I couldn't complain too much. I was having fun with BO3 pubs, whatever,
Dude,
right?
I just remember watching you try to play some competitive BO4 and like listening to your teammates be like, put away the ICR, and you're like, what? I can't hear you over my 6th consecutive kill.
Yeah, what
Because you guys are stupid.
that frequency hard point where we won the map, bro, and the dude's like, put away the ICR after the first kill, and I was 0-3, and then I go on like a 12 streak. Hello.
I fucking remember you watching the middle of the map with that gun immaculately, and then all 4 of your teammates dying to like 2 fucking people because they can't play Call of Duty.
Let's
and
just
then
talk.
Yelling at you.
Yeah, let's talk about the comeback we had on that map when I got my purifier, and then the fact that the next freaking event, Octane drops damn near 60 kills with the ICR on frequency. Like, hello.
Let's talk about how quick I am to tee your shit for literally anything in Call of Duty, and how I'm still saying that. Like,
I know.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. That was
And it's like,
else.
it's nice when you watch too, because you have somewhat of an idea of what you're talking about. You just.
I know you gotta watch Ice Cream.
Yeah, like, you don't play like you talk. You just. You play stupidly, honestly. You don't you don't play how you know you should play, which I do the same fucking thing. I just don't do it to your extent. You do it a lot worse.
Definitely not.
You know what you're talking about, though. Like, I could sit there after a map and talk to you better than I could talk to the people I just played with when in this
Well,
game.
the thing is, man, like, when you've rotated by yourself and gotten jumped by 5 people on the other team, I lose full, I think, a little faster than you do. I'm like, all right, let's play this last 5 seconds because I'm not getting the rotation.
That's the thing, though. When you're watching, you're like, what the fuck is these guys doing? When I'm in there in the game, I'm like, I gotta keep a level head right now, or we're gonna lose even worse.
Dude, you're talking to a Search Mastermind. What are you even talking about, dude? What are you talking about there? Dude, I like to play a game with Search called How Fast Could I Win and Lose a Gunfight. I try to set the world record every time, every round.
That's true. If you played more patient, you'd be good, Loki.
Yeah, dude, I want to do that.
In every game mode, if you played more patient.
Speaking of comp, we need
but not
more,
too patient.
Very true. Speaking of comp, we need to get the voting system so I can vote out every search. That's what I think.
Yeah.
All right, dude. It was a pleasure, man. We'll get them rosters. Rosters will be a lot of fun to talk
Next
about.
podcast will be rosters, or maybe after the second week. I'm not sure of like. It depends on when the rosters drop. Maybe we'll do another one on the first week of Modern Warfare. I don't know yet, but
sounds good, man.
We'll figure it out.
Also, cut this, but you should end your videos and podcasts with a clip of you frying.
No, that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. I'm gonna have to.
What do you mean, dude? I've put you up against so many competitors. You gotta have at least one clip.
No, I'm gonna have like an outro for all that shit. Like play some music.
I like it. I gotta drop my little brother off, dude. But it was a pleasure.
But hey, sounds good. Thank you for joining me, Cam. You're a goat.
My pleasure, man. A lot of fun, dude.
It was
definitely
fun.
not, but I appreciate you saying that.
But hopefully we get 2 more next time, so we can get more opinions, longer podcasts. That'd be lit. But thank you.
For sure, dude. You have a great time. Also, Censor, once again, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, yeah, thanks.